What's up, guys? It's Rahul today, and we're going to be going over another Battle Style Standard Deck video. Today it's going to be Corviknight VMAX Metal Toolbox with Bronzong as its partner. If you guys have not considered subscribing yet, please do that. If you're enjoying the content, leave a like, leave a comment. Everything helps me below. I really want to see what you guys are enjoying. This week we're going to continue with the Battle Styles content. 5 days, 5 standard decks, and then next week we're going to jump into a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So today, Corviknight VMAX. Without further ado, let's jump into the deck. Here it is. We've got our Corviknight VMAX deck. Why is Corviknight VMAX good, you might ask? It's got Lustrous Body, which prevents all effects of opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to this Pokemon, but that doesn't really stop too much, to be honest. But G-Max Hurricane does do 240, and you can't use it the next turn. That's a lot of damage for 3 energy. Now, also important to note, Corviknight has free retreat, so we can pivot between our Corviknights pretty freely and get where we need to be. Corviknight V doesn't really do much on its own, but it does serve the purpose of evolving into the VMAX. With Sky Hurricane, 190 is pretty sizable damage. So now the gel behind the whole deck that makes it all work together is Bronzong. Bronzong has Metal Transfer, which reads, as often as you like during your turn, you may move a metal energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. And now that's really good if you remember Aromatisse from 2014 with Fairy Toolbox decks. Now the difference here between 2014 and 2021 is we have a fun little card called Metal Saucer that lets us accelerate energy onto our board. Bronzong is really good for that one very reason. And we have this Bronzor that has evolutionary advantage that lets us evolve turn 1 if we go second, which also lets us, get up and running. We play currently a copy of Aegislash to deal with annoying cards like Decidueye. This card could be literally anything, honestly, but right now it's an Aegislash. We have 2 copies of Zacian V, which serves as an early draw engine. Also, Intrepid Sword on turn 1 means we could probably get some metal energies into play that we can move around later as we want to. I have 1 copy of Zamazenta in the deck to kind of help me deal with some of those bigger VMAX decks that are kind of a problem right now. So maybe the 1-of copy can actually help a ton. Mew, we need to be playing Bench Barrier on me to deal with Rapid Strike or Shifu, who's kind of a problem. Then we have 1 copy of Crobat, Eldegoss, and Dedenne to help us kind of accelerate our board as is. Let's jump into some of the trainers, shall we? We have a split of 2 Evolutionary Incense and 2 Pokemon Communication, because that way we can sort of set up our board. Evolutionary Incense kind of gets us what we need when we need it, and the Communication also serves as a late game dig for cards. We have 4 Quick Ball, because obviously we need to, set up and get the game going. We have 4 copies of Switch, so we can move our Corviknight and re-attack. We can move our Bronzong, what if it's stuck in the active as well. 4 copies of Metal Saucer. We're playing a Metal Toolbox deck. It would be kind of silly not to play 4 copies of this card that lets us accelerate energy onto our board. 2 copies of Reset Stamp to give us late game comeback potential. 3 copies of Boss's Orders because we're hitting for a lot of damage, so we want to chase down what we want to chase down. And 2 copies of Cheryl. Cheryl says, heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon. If you do, discard all energy from the Pokemon that were healed this way. Using Bronzong, we can move those energy around as freely as we'd like and heal this big boy. If we heal him 2 times, your opponent's probably at a loss to figure out what to do. We have 2 copies of Marnie to kind of reset our opponent's hand and ours, give us some more time to figure out what to do. 4 copies of Research, and then 3 Coating Energies, as well as 9 Metal Energies. So that's the list. If you guys are enjoying it, please again, remember to subscribe. If you're here for the list and just going to grab it and leave, that's fine too. Thank you for coming by. We're going to jump into some games with Corviknight Box. Let me know in the comments below how much you guys are enjoying these standard decks. I have a lot of decks, as you can see, ready to go. I have a lot of ideas. I'm reinvigorated with the Battle Styles format. So if you guys are coming to try some new stuff out, please, please, please let me know what you guys are enjoying. Once the regular season starts back up again, I will be talking meta breakdowns, all that kinds of things. But for the time being, we've got deck profiles on deck. Unironically, no pun intended. I don't know what the exact term is here. So this opening hand is a little bit rough for us, but we do have a Research, and we do have a way to move stuff around because we can go into the Bronzong turn 1 if we want to. So I'm debating whether or not we grab the Corviknight or do we grab the Zacian. We've got the Rapid Strike boy, so we need to look for Mew pretty early. So I think I'm going to go ahead and look for the Zamazenta turn 1 if it's in the deck, and just throw it down. Make it a little bit of a nuisance for our opponent. He's playing Fan of Waves. I guess he's just going to get rid of it. The special energy doesn't really matter being moved. That's more so for like the mirror match and other decks like that. It's a very interesting tech card. I don't know if I prefer it in decks, so okay. Now it's on us. 4 metals in our opening hand. Not ideal. Let's grab this Zam off the bat. I'm gonna make it really annoying for him to play the game just by grabbing the Zam, attaching the metal here, and we're gonna research. If we get the Zam down immediately, Rapid Strike is definitely gonna have trouble dealing with our board. We're gonna switch here. We're gonna go ahead and Pokemon Communication this guy back into the deck. We're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves the Mew. And we're going to go ahead and quick ball this turn as well. We're going to be putting a lot of metals into our discard, but I feel like it's probably better to just Crobat here, draw some cards, and set up the rest of our board. There's a Corviknight. There's a Metal Saucer. The rest of this hand is not amazing, but we can go ahead and pass. We're buying ourselves some time, because we do have the Zamazenta in the active spot. Our opponent theoretically cannot attack into it, unless he uses Strafe, which is fine. And we're going to kind of power up our board. So he immediately goes into the Urshifu VMAX Rainbow, may I add. So he's going to be looking for that boss's orders, probably. Octillery. So that's going to be his energy for the turn, if he wants it. Pretty solid start for our opponent. A gold Octillery. Looks like we're dealing with Mr. Bling Bling over here. Ziggy. Where's that ping coming? Active spot. That's fine with me. He's obviously looking for the boss's orders. Research is good too. He can attack into us, obviously. The Zamazenta, but interesting. Very interesting there, because I don't know why you make that play. I don't think there's a card that really helps you drag things up here. Now we're looking for pretty much anything off the top of the deck to give ourselves a chance. He's got the free retreat, so he can strafe for 30 and move it again. Which is going to be a little bit annoying because we do take damage, but we're going to use Zam as a wall for a second here. So it's also fine to just attach to the bench Corviknight and kind of set up our board as we'd like. Nice, okay. Top deck, anything really. Metal Saucer, not ideal, honestly, but we can split the energies continuously here. Just move him here. We'll go ahead and pass our turn. Now we know he can dig for energies freely because of the Octillery. The hand is a little bit shaky, to say the least. He's going to be looking for the boss's orders, probably to take out the Mew, so he can set up for a later game G-Max Rapid Flow to take out 2 Bronzongs, or using his Telescopic Sight, set up damage onto a Crobat as well. Looks like he's going to be taking this slow and steady approach here. Dedenne comes down. The boss's orders is definitely what he's probably looking for. Grabbing that research might not have been ideal for what he wanted to do. Maybe he thought he was going to research this turn. Let's see. Marnie, I don't know why you do that. I haven't done anything with my hand in like 3 turns. So that Marnie's a little bit suspect to me. That's pretty solid. This hand is pretty solid. Rapid Strike Energy. I have to assume it's, yeah, going up here. 150. Give me that smack. This is where we start getting a little bit cheeky. He might want to strafe again just to kind of set up his board. Yeah, because he's not one-shotting me this turn, so if you strafe, you give yourself another chance. Now, our game is going to come down to finding this boss this turn and wiping this guy off the board. He should be switching every time, I think, because he has the free retreat in play. That's unfortunate. We top deck the other Bronzor. So we're going to go digging. We do have 2 boss's orders. We're looking to punish. There we go. That's perfect. I could not have asked for a better hand. Let's get this guy up here. Metal transfer. Let's move this here. And we'll go ahead and G-Max Hurricane, taking out two of his special energies. And this deck doesn't have a way to recover these energies. So, sayonara. And now we can comfortably move back into our Zacian in a second. Or Zamazenta, sorry, my bad. This guy's not Zacian. I'm sorry, Shield Doggo. I was a little bit rude to you there. Now, if we take a hit, also, we have this beautiful card called Cheryl, which we can retreat into and heal. Our opponent realizes the game is over, and that's how easy it is to beat an Urshifu deck. The Zamazenta, the one on Zamazenta, you might be thinking, doesn't really do much, but it does go a long way in that one matchup. And that also applies to Single Strike as well. They can't really do anything about it, so you have time to wall behind it. And with the abysmal start that we had, we were able to actually win that game, which is crazy to me. This start is not looking any better. ADP. You love to see it, you hate to be it. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just clutch. Can't do much else. This hand is bad, to say the least. And ADP GX is probably gonna come in. Crushing Hammer. Nope, not today, sir. We don't have a donk potential here, but oof. This is what I'd call an oof, guys. If I top deck a metal, maybe I'm okay. And he doesn't top deck or have a place to put a basic down. Okay, he's just gonna research. I was hoping maybe he'd be forced to Marnie or something along those lines. Duraludon, interesting. This is a weird Duraludon. Zamazenta, again, this is also a problem for us. Just kidding, we play Bronzong so we can move our energies around. Gold Zacian, Gold Zamazenta. Obviously, we're on the back foot here. It's not looking super hot for us. Ultimate Ray. Bang, bang. He's going to power up one of his boys. Not ideal. Not super ideal, of course. We need to stall. We need to stall. Okay. Maybe that's okay. This does not seem promising whatsoever, actually. Switch. We're in trouble, guys. So we have one way to win, I guess, or come back. We need a lot of Metal Saucers here. Okay, this is not looking hot for us or the heroes at home. We bring him back up. We go Mew. We go retreat into Mew. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves the Zong. We have to hope there's no boss on the other end. That's fine. We'll take that. That's an energy into play. We won't take it. It's just, this is not great for us. This is not great. Ideal at all. Crushing Hammer. Okay, cool. Love to see it. Hate to be it. Okay. I think he's just gonna go for that Dedenne play and look for the game. I don't blame him. He's got 2 more Switch left in the deck. There it is. There it is. We got time for one more game at that rate, actually. So far, the opening hands have been a little bit suspect. I won't lie to you guys. But the deck has potential. The deck is something that I firmly believe in. Right now, fire decks are ruling the metagame. So once fire decks kind of fizzle out a little bit, no pun intended, it'll definitely get better. I lost the coin flip and I get to go first? What a treat. Again, what did I do to deserve this? These hands. Evital. Okay. We'll go ahead and put the boy back. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Corviknight. Let's check. We've got one more VMAX, so maybe I don't do anything. So we can do this. I mean, we're not getting a Dedenne, right? Like, we could get a Dedenne, or we get a Crobat. I think Crobat's also fine. Because I don't want to discard the VMAX, which is the one thing that's important for the following turn. So we get a fresh hand of 5, and we pass. Now we have a follow-up supporter. We have an energy attachment. We have an evolution. This hand is good. And we can also Marnie and be rude if we get a nice top deck. Eternatus letting me go first is very interesting. I think Eternatus I thought would always like to go first, but this is an interesting conundrum. Crobat, there he comes. There she blows. There she draws cards. Power Accelerator. Now we could really punish this guy over here if we can get a pretty good hand, right? So let's go for it. We don't even need an insane hand. We just need an okay hand. We keep top decking these metals like it's our job, honestly, out here. Research. Let's go ahead and put this guy back. Get the Zong. We're looking for a Saucer and a Switch. We're going to keep digging because this is a pretty important turn to find those cards. We also have our one of Zamazenta that we could go into later. So we got like none of that. We got like none of that. We're going to go ahead and Intrepid Sword. We're going to go ahead and Intrepid Sword. Not Omega ideal, what just happened there. But this also frees up a spot for another Corviknight. So we can set up 2 Corviknight VMAXs and try to go for the healing roulette here. The question is, can our opponent do anything with this window we've given him? Research, okay. Definitely a really scary window for us to be dealing with here. In a weird way, this Eldegoss being knocked out wouldn't be too bad for us. Okay. That was... Our opponent didn't do anything. So we're going to go ahead and switch. Boss. Bring this guy up. And G-Max Hurricane. Getting rid of this bad boy. We go up 2 prizes. Cheryl. There is our second Cheryl. So now we're breathing a little bit easy. Because we can pivot this Corviknight into the Zacian the next turn, swing in with Zacian, and then have a full turn to heal and take a knockout back onto the VMAX if we need to be. Now our opponent can derail our energy here, which would be a little bit annoying. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Looks like our opponent's just going to go in for a clean attack if they can. In a super ideal world, we find some of those saucers that we're missing. 21 cards in deck, 4 saucer in deck. Should be some pretty good odds to find those soon. Dangerous Drill, discards an energy. Sure. Boss's orders. Taking our Bronzong. Hey, you can't just come for my friends like that. It's okay. So none of this is incredibly ideal. So we're going to go ahead and research. We kind of have to find this metal this turn, or we can't do anything. So. Boom. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 2 more metals in the deck. Let's quick ball now and see what's left. 2 saucers, 2 metals. That's fine. Is it better to just swing in with Zam this turn? And look for the energy next turn, probably? No, I want to be able to retreat. So let's just G-Max Hurricane. That's fine. And now we're in a pretty okay position. Because next turn, what we could also do is retreat into Zam. We could also retreat into Zam. And just boss something up and pass. This one of Zamazenta does, in fact, put in a lot of work. Let's see what this one card in our opponent's hand is. Research again. Pretty clean from 2R3D. Crushing Hammer. Tails. That's what I thought, bucko. No Crushing Hammer today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Can he kill? Full bench, 270. No, he can't kill. So homie stays alive. That's really what matters here. He's trying to determine what it's the ping. He's trying to ping. He pinged my Corviknight. You cannot ping my Corviknight. It prevents all effects of damage. Marnie. Nice. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Marnie. We're looking for those energies. Or the saucer. Both. Pretty good. Pretty ideal. Saucer here. Metal here. Retreat Mundo. And Assault Tackle. For the knockout. Which means his bench is going to get discarded. He can't come in with this guy for a one-shot. And now my Corviknight VMAX can clean this game right on up. Finding our reset stamps. Evo Incense. All these are pretty much dead cards, unfortunately. So if we do it like stamp to 1, that's kind of unfortunate. But we have time. We don't die this turn, so it's something important to keep in mind. So we have a turn to just Intrepid Sword if we want to. He can't deal with both of these threats all at once. And, I mean, I do have boss left in the deck. So I can Intrepid Sword into one of the bosses and end the game with the Zamazenta as well. I believe he is out of Crushing Hammer. No, he has 1 left. That's fine. But we have another metal. We have another saucer. We're A-okay this time around. Just based on these games, I thought originally before this game about cutting Zamazenta, but think about how much of a difference he's made in both of these games. Now, if you guys enjoyed that video, please consider subscribing. That's the video there for you guys. Remember, rest of the week we will have battle styles videos for the whole week, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday after that. So check out my twitch.tv/theflee, THEFLEEEE. Check me out there. It's 4 E's. TikTok, theflee1, same thing with a 1 at the end. Check both those user things out. I am excited for more content. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you continue supporting me. Until next time.